Multi-stream chat, just in case people hopping on Twitch. And we're just waiting. The only thing is next is I gotta figure out a good transition to where we're not talking like this when we start. And wait.
Yeah.
But we'll be good because we can. I mean, ultimately we can cut it out. I'm also trying to figure out. I think what I can do is isolate the audio in the Streamlabs, but I got to be able to download my whole stream to my computer, isolate the audio, and I can upload it to Spotify.
Oh,
Shit.
that would be epic.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to see if I can work on that today. Okay, we're off of that. Okay, so I gotta send it to a couple places, and we're ready. I guess I could put us on a starting soon screen. There you go. What's going on, everybody? It is Josh and Dylan. We are here at the Coast to Coast Weekly Bet League. Josh, what's going on?
Oh, I'm doing well, baby. It's gonna be a big Saturday of football.
Big Saturday football. I'm repping the LSU Burrow jersey today. Hope LSU gets a big win today. We are here. We're going to talk our week three picks. Week three picks from everybody in the Bet League. And our reactions to the picks. We're going to talk maybe a couple of the college football games. The big slate on this week. I know we're excited. Oregon and Colorado is at 3:30 Eastern today. So that's the game.
Yeah,
that's
a lot of good games.
A lot of good games. But that's the game that's going to be featured on my screen. We can go ahead and want to start off with college football before we get into the Bet League?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
We'll get through a couple of them.
we'll
Big week for the Pac-12.
Big week for the Pac-12, and let's go ahead and start with the Colorado
Oregon game.
Yes.
Yep.
I'll pull this up like this, so it's just us talking right now. Colorado, Oregon. It's so tough to say that Colorado's going to win this game, because
it's gonna be really high scoring.
I know, and I would love to see Colorado win this game. However, Oregon is tough, and it's in Oregon. It's in Eugene.
Yep, it's at Autzen.
I'm just excited.
Be loud.
I don't know as much about college football as I do NFL. We're just gonna talk a couple of the games real quick. It's gonna be loud. I want Colorado to win. I think Oregon's gonna win.
21 point favorites, Oregon.
21 point. That's insane.
In a ranked game,
and especially with how good Colorado's been playing, 21 points is a lot of points. Utah 3-point favorites against UCLA. I think that's a
great game.
I think it's a fun one. But my thing about Utah is they play Big Ten style football, and UCLA, USC aren't built for that yet. Hopefully they're building for it, because when they go over to the Big Ten, I think that they're going to struggle if they don't fix that defense. Especially.
Is Utah going to the Big Ten too?
Utah, I don't.
Or are they going Big 12?
I think they're going Big 12. Utah's
Any
Big 12.
team that comes to play Utah in Salt Lake is always at a disadvantage. Because the altitude is real when you get up there.
Yeah, and I've also been to that stadium. It is a beautiful stadium. It's in a beautiful area. Yeah, and same with Oregon.
Yeah,
Remember, me and Josh went on a hike above Eugene one time with a couple of friends.
Oh, yep.
And we got to see the stadium from up top of the mountain. That was really cool.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful.
Ole Miss, Alabama. Alabama's quarterbacks are terrible. They're in shambles.
They need some help. They need to get back to old Alabama football where it's run first.
Yeah.
You don't need the quarterback out there and sling it 30 times, maybe 12 to 15 throws. The other ones are just pound the rock.
Yeah, and their running back is a bigger running back like the Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram that they used to do. And they're relying on their quarterback, which does not look good. They benched this quarterback, started another one, and they're coming back to this quarterback.
That's great news. That's what you want.
Right. Oregon State, Washington State. That's gonna be a fun one in Wazoo.
That's the game I'll be watching tonight.
Who do you think
sure.
is gonna be? Who do you think's gonna win that one?
The Cougs usually Cougs, so probably Oregon State. The Clemson transfer at QB just looks too good right now.
I am also surprised to see Oregon State ranked this high because I remember when we lived out there, Oregon State was like the laughing stock of college football.
Trailer, just terrible. But it's going to be high scoring regardless because Washington State doesn't play defense ever in their entire time of being a football school. So
I think I'll have side by side or a quad screen going for college football tonight. The other games that I'll have on Ohio State, Notre Dame.
Yeah,
that looks fun. I'm glad Notre Dame's back. I think No, I don't know. I think Notre Dame's gonna pull this one out. It's in Notre Dame. It's in South Bend, Indiana. I don't like Ohio State's quarterback. McCord, is that what his name?
I don't know. I haven't watched an Ohio State game.
I do love Marvin Harrison Jr.
Worth watching.
Yeah, and the last one's Penn State, Iowa. I got Penn State by a mile in this one, and they're 14-dog favorite.
Yeah.
Iowa's offense just isn't there yet. That's talking college football with us. That's probably about as much as we know. Let's move on to our picks. So we got. Let's go.
Week 3 picks, baby.
Week 3 picks. Here we go. We're gonna
overarching theme for these picks. Similar.
Very similar, especially our favorites. We're gonna start off with our favorites. I took the Cowboys as my favorite. It's week 3 of fading the Cardinals. They play the Cardinals. I don't think fading the Cardinals is gonna last too long because this is too tight to just pick against the Cardinals every week. And if someone like the Commanders or New York Giants who went in there and barely won against the Cardinals, a team of that caliber goes in there, I can't fade the Cardinals anymore. This is probably my last week, just because I need to make sure I get the favorite to win it. And Josh, you as well, Cowboys. I mean, was there any doubt on picking the Cowboys?
I was in between the Niners and the Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I just felt the Cowboys were a bit safer.
No Barkley when we saw the Giants offense struggle. And we'll come back to that game in a second after we tell the favorites. I had the 49ers, but whenever Ayuk went out, I did switch it to the Cowboys just to be a little on the safe side again. I didn't have doubt the 49ers were going to win that game, but I thought this would just be a little safer just in case, especially on a Thursday night game. And then watch what happens to the screen here when I click the next button.
Everyone.
It's all Cowboys. We have out of the 10 people, 7 have favorited the Cowboys this week, and good reason why. And then the other favorite we got is the Chiefs. And so
not really a surprise there either.
Not a surprise there either. No. The Cowboys in Arizona, their defense is dominant.
No takes, but I don't think that really matters in this
doesn't
game.
matter at all because
no, Josh Dobbs is not the guy.
He's not the guy, no, but Josh Dobbs has looked good through 2, and Rondale Moore and Hollywood Brown have not looked terrible yet.
True.
But the pass rushers, I think, is what the problem is. I think that there's going to be some plays that Hollywood and Rondale Moore beat the corners, but it depends on how long the offensive line can hold up. But I have no doubt in my mind that this is a 21-point win for the Cowboys.
I'd be surprised if they get more than 17 points. The Cardinals score more than 17.
I don't think they do. Not on offense. It's got to be. But here's the thing: their defense has been rock solid. I know they gave up a lot of points to the Giants to finish that game. What's up, Haley? Hello, Haley. Hello, Scooters. What's up, Haley?
Good.
Haley, ask Haley her favorite this week.
Who's your favorite win of the week? Who's gonna win out of these teams? Out of the NFL? Yeah. The Jaguars, okay. Duval.
The other one's the Chiefs. The Chiefs have looked terrible, but the Chiefs are playing probably the worst team the NFL's seen since the Dolphins.
The Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, since Arizona Cardinals this year, and the Dolphins a couple years ago when Ryan Fitzpatrick was at home. I think it was Tua's rookie year. No, it was the year before they drafted Tua.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was their tanking year.
Yeah.
It was exactly what the Cardinals are doing this year.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. The Cardinals' defense was dominant, and then it starts raining, and then the Giants just all of a sudden play better offense in the rain. I just think that it was a fine tank job.
They said, "Oh my God, yeah. We just like you were saying, Caleb. Look, we can win. We can win. We're not going to, but we can win."
But yeah, never any doubt in my mind that the Cowboys or the Chiefs are going to lose this one.
Yeah, we should have a perfect week on favorites.
Yeah, it should be. I think this will be our third straight perfect week on favorites.
Correct.
Yes. And I don't see any way we don't come close to having a perfect week on favorites as long as, we will because not every team's going to go undefeated, and someone's going to pick a team that gets beat. Like someone's going to pick Eagles that get beat or Cowboys that get beat eventually. But but it's going to be favorites especially when they play teams like this.
Yeah, 100%.
Underdogs. Josh,
Unders. Here we go.
Let's start with your underdog.
I took the Titans at the hamstringed, blown out knee Browns.
Yes. R.I.P. Nick Chubb.
I think it's just going to be a low-scoring grinder fest that's the Titans football right there. That's how they win.
Yeah, and I also am with you on that. I took Titans as well. Titans. I think I did have Steelers in this spot. No, I had Chargers in this spot until Eckler went down. Oh, I knew Eckler was down, but until he was confirmed out.
Yep.
No
timetable to return either.
No, and you made an interesting trade, which we'll talk about when we get to the Chargers.
Yep.
Titans. It's gonna be a Derrick Henry, Ford Hunt type of day. Both defenses are solid. Pass defenses are solid, but I think both, if they lack in anything on defense, it's the run.
Yep.
I think that we should see 50 carries in this game. I think I'm gonna have it in a parlay that the over on carries, but
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of running.
So Titans were our favorite. It was also Caden's favorite. So we had three choose the Titans.
Finally, Caden makes a good pick here.
This is the first time, and here's the funny thing is Caden's 7-3, but his picks, I would never have taken a lot of his picks. So he is making good picks.
It's working. It's working.
Do what you keep doing what you're doing. Last year, I think when we did this, it was the joke was Squog taking the overs. Squog's overs were always ridiculous. I think he took the Bears Commanders Thursday Night Football over that one time.
Yeah. Many a times he took terrible overs.
Yeah. So Caden, we're just sitting here, it's just
chatting shit.
So next one, Steelers. This was also.
I like this one too.
Loved it. The only thing
I have it somewhere else.
I do too. We can go ahead and say it's our spreads.
Yeah.
They're +2.5. The only thing that scares me about this is I saw, and here it is, my classic. I saw this. I saw Kenny Pickett, his QB rating this year so far is
he's not been good.
18.6.
Yeah, he is.
18.6.
Their offense is anemic, but their defense is the real deal.
Yes, and that's why I think they win this game. They are at home.
No, they're in Vegas.
They're in Vegas, on the road at Vegas, whose offense looks atrocious. I can't even say the word. Offense looks terrible.
Atrocious, yeah.
Atrocious, yeah. Yep. I couldn't get that out.
Defense is not the worst, but it's going to be low scoring, I think.
They just got butt fucked, pardon my French, to the Bills.
Yeah, but the Bills, I mean, it's the Bills.
I think it's going to be ugly. It could be another day where we see the Steelers defense score more fantasy points than anybody on offense.
Other than George Pickens. Because he's the only guy out there playing offense for him.
Which I just made a trade. So I got two leagues. My league that doesn't matter as much, I took George Pickens. I traded away. It was an interesting trade. I got George Pickens in the deal. and I did trade away. I got a 2-for-1. I traded Bijan Robinson, and I love Bijan
Oh, you
Robinson.
traded Dijon.
I did. I traded Dijon Mustard, but it was an interesting trade. All right, I got in that trade. I think it was this one. I got no, I didn't. I traded away Joe Mixon. I traded away Joe Mixon.
Yes, I've been trying to trade him in my other league.
It was just the easiest trade I could do. Traded Joe Mixon for George Pickens and Kenneth Gainwell. Okay, I keep Bijan in the trade. I also have Kamara coming off. His suspension, and I also have Ford for Cleveland. I picked him up on the waivers. Got him, so I end up still keeping 3 running backs in the deal. Joe Mixon's out, and I get George Pickens to pair up with Cooper, CD, in a 12-team league, 12-man league.
It's not bad.
So my starting lineup's going to run Cousins, Lamb, Cooper, Bijan, Ford or Kamara, Waller, who's playing like ass, but he's getting 7 targets. You can't take him out.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to play George Pickens in the flex or Kamara Ford, whichever, matchup wise. So
yeah, I like that.
I do like George Pickens a lot. I was high on that trade. I thought it could have been a 1-for-1, and then I get Kenneth Gainwell to stash.
That is not bad.
Underdogs. Let's get back to it. Next one, heavy underdog, which I don't like anymore. I do not like this pick anymore.
They looked not great on offense without Eckler. They couldn't move the ball on the ground because they went from having almost like 200 and something rushing yards the first week, and then it was pretty bad against the Titans.
Yeah, and no Eckler again.
Yep.
So look for the Vikings defense to play like they did against the Eagles in the first half last week. If they play like that in the first half,
their pass defense is good for the Vikings. The D-line and rush defense is pretty bad.
No,
it's gonna be a long day if they can run the ball again.
Or
a short day because the game's not gonna last long.
And there's no way that they fumble 4 times again this game, right? Kirk doesn't fumble. Madison, Jefferson over the goal line. We can't see that. We can't see that happening again, right?
I can't imagine. That would be mind blowing.
Yeah. So I don't.
Yeah. I don't hate the pick.
Yeah, I don't hate it at all. No.
It's kind of a toss up. I could see these teams tying at the 37 apiece.
Yes, and I can also see turnover
and both
city
choking in overtime. Yeah. Oh yeah.
A tie. Could we see a tie because both choke in overtime? That'd be crazy.
Exactly.
It'd
be depressing.
Next pick, Bobby took the Jets in New England. Don't hate it, don't love it.
I like this one.
Yeah. Do you like the Jets pick?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I do. Tell me why. Talk me into it.
It's going to be a low scoring. First off, these teams don't score points. So you're looking, I'd say 20 points wins it. And from there, if you can keep any team under 20 points, you got a good chance of winning either way. So it's kind of a toss-up. I think there's better picks, but it's not a bad one.
Well, see, my thought on this exactly was Mac Jones and that Patriots played with the Dolphins in a 1-possession game and played with the Eagles in a 1-possession game. Both have way better offenses. I mean, both are top probably 5 offenses in the league. Jets don't have the offense. But I think that, the Jets defense, it's going to keep it a low-scoring game, but they found a way to score against 2 good defenses. The Dolphins' defense isn't a slouch. They've
only put up 17 and 20 points, though.
But against 2 good defenses, you can't hate that. The Eagles' defense is great. The Dolphins' defense isn't bad. They're not the Eagles' defense. They're not the Jets' defense. They're not the Cowboys' defense. But they got Xavier Howard, Jerome Baker, Bradley Chubb, Wilkins. They're going to get back eventually. They're going to get back Jalen Ramsey. So right now he's not there. But I don't think that Zach Wilson can score enough points against the Patriots that Tua did and that Jalen Hurts and that offense did.
Yeah. No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
They just Jets defense is good. That's the only
Jets
thing. I
defense
think it's
is
two
really
good
good.
defenses going against each other with pretty.
And that's why I don't hate the pick, because it's
Yeah.
gonna be a low scoring game. Anything can happen in the game. It's just it scares me a little bit that they played with those two teams, and
Yep.
I could see the Patriots winning this game,
Yeah.
especially
100%.
especially with some of these other picks like the Steelers and the Raiders. I know the Raiders aren't great as favorites. The Titans playing. The Browns with Chubb out aren't that huge of favorites anymore.
Yep.
They're gonna. So it was interesting to see. I know the Patriots are 0-2, but they played two playoff teams. So
Yeah, that's true.
this will be an interesting game. And the last
Yeah.
one, we have the Saints. Garrett took the Saints, and the Saints are playing in Green Bay.
Yep.
I don't hate this at all.
I almost took the Saints here.
Yep, and I don't love it. Again, it's one of those I don't hate, I don't love. Saints offense.
If Aaron Jones and Watson are out again, I think you pick it.
But the thing is, to me, which I agree with you, because that offense is bad without them. Only 24 points against the Falcons. The Falcons were their defense was about middle of the road last year, but they were not a playoff team. Saints, I think, have an all-around better team than the Falcons. You could say their offenses are pretty similar, and they're about to get back after this week. Alvin Kamara, it's going to make their offense better.
They need the rushing because they've been pretty bad on the ground.
Yes, and I think their
Taysom Hill is your leading carrier.
Yes, and I think that their defense is better than the Falcons. But going up to Lambeau against that defense and that environment,
tough.
It's tough to take a Saints team who's only put up in 2 games. They won like 16-15,
30 combined, maybe
30. Yeah, it's. I think that wasn't my most comfortable, but again, I could see it's a very. I mean, out of the teams they play, Packers, Vikings, Raiders, Titans and Browns, Jets and Patriots. I think the Packers might be the best out of those right now. Maybe the Vikings, if the Vikings can kind of turn around what they're doing. Vikings, it's tough to take a favorite like that. I think the Titans, as a playoff team for many years.
I'm surprised they weren't favored in this game.
I was too, especially when Chubb went down.
Yeah.
But the Titans, a playoff team, the way that the Steelers are coached, they win these type of games. They stay above 500 because of these type of games.
Yep.
I think the Steelers and Titans out of these underdogs were the safest picks to take.
Let's hope.
Yeah,
let's hope.
I'm with you. Let's hope. I would like to see the Saints win this though, because again, I have a lot of people talking to me about Jordan Love being the truth. I don't think he's the truth.
No.
I had one guy say he plays like Patrick Mahomes, and that's the second time I've heard that.
That hurts my soul to even think about that.
To even compare them. Over points. This is my favorite to talk about. I love.
All right. What'd you go with?
What did I go with? I just love talking overs. I went LA and Bengals on a Monday night. Let me get the picks.
Risky.
It is risky, and Joe Burrow is possibly out.
I know.
Did they rule him out yet?
I don't believe they've ruled him out yet. No.
Yeah. But Stafford in the offense looks good. Kyron Williams looks good. I can't say his name. Is it Puna? Something.
Puka Nauka or something like that.
Puka Nauka. He's looking good. The Rams offense is looking good. T. Higgins bounced back. Chase hasn't had that great.
Who's the backup for the Bengals?
His last name's Browning. I've never heard of him.
Oh,
before.
Jake Browning.
Browning. Do you know where he's
UW?
from?
Yeah.
UW.
Yeah.
So he's from Washington. Okay,
Yep.
so you're Pacific. Remember, coast to coast. I'm the southeast. Josh is the northwest. So Josh has got that side covered.
Not for long though.
Not for long. We could share that news in a little bit. You're literally going to be living coast to coast.
Yep.
I on a Monday night, I feel like that's the primetime game to bet an over. And I told you last time, don't bet overs on primetime.
That was rule number 1.
That was rule number 1. But here's the reason why I did it. Bengals need to win.
They have to.
They have to. Rams are playing good. I don't think
if they lose they're 3 back on the Ravens to start the season. That's bad.
And I don't think this game goes 35-28, 35-31. I think this game could be a 24-20 game. 23-20. 23-20 is 0.5 under the spread. I think it could be just a game that's in the 20s. It's going to come down, and I think it could be like responding drives to win the game. Like someone goes down and scores, and someone comes back and answers, type of thing. Kind of like the Super Bowl was when they played in the Super Bowl. And I think that's just enough to cover. And I wasn't the only one. Squawk and Will were with me. So it was a game that a lot of people picked, which makes me kind of happy, but because we're 7-3 and better as a whole. Yep. But I don't mind it. Who you got?
I took Houston and Jacksonville. I think these teams are just going to sling it. I think it's a get right game, like you said, for the Jags. So they're putting they're at 30, I think, on their own. And the way Stroud has been playing, they're going to get 20. So that was kind of my thought on it. They're going to get 50 total in this game, somewhere around there. Be a fair bet, especially at 43.5. I thought it would have been a little bit higher, but I'll take it.
I don't think that this goes under. CJ Stroud,
playing great.
CJ Stroud playing great. He's 11 receptions away from breaking the rookie record for most pass attempts without a touchdown. Without an interception. So I like the way that he's taking care of the ball. Like Josh told me, this is my get right game of the week. So I'm gonna place a $50 money line bet. And we're just starting this. You can't have a get right game week 1, but we just decided this. I'm gonna post one at every single week. As my get right team is the Jaguars. I think they're gonna come out and score points. I think that they have a statement they need to make. But the other thing is the Texans have been owning the Jaguars. I think they're 5-1, 6-1 in their last little bit. So I think
that'd be good too if they won.
That'd be great.
They're gonna score a lot of points.
It wouldn't be great if the Texans won because it's my get right game. I do think that the Jags win it. I do think they score over 43 points, 43.5 points.
Yeah.
And if they don't, it's because the Jags got so right that they just shut down.
Their defense Texans. Just went to work.
Yeah. You weren't the only one. Ram was with you on that one too. Yep. Chargers, Vikings. Had it, changed it. So I had the Chargers.
I think it like, I don't know if they get to 53.5. They might. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they don't.
Yeah, and I would either way. It's like you could see why either way. It's going to be turnovers. It's going to be can't move the ball for the Chargers. If without Eckler, those are reasons why it's not going to hit, or it's just going to be a classic Chargers shootout, Vikings shootout. And I'm rooting for the shootout. It would be so much fun.
I think it will be a shootout. I stay away from picking the Vikings on stuff because I'm too attached, so I don't pick them in anything.
Well, and the Chargers were this was my over. Then I was like, you know what, 53 is a lot. Changed it to the Chargers upset, and I was like, no Eckler. So I completely faded the Chargers out this week. But again, you could, if this goes over, expected. If it goes under, you can't be mad. No Eckler.
Nope.
But that was their over, and my most surprising over I've seen. At 37.
Yeah.
37 might be. I think it's the lowest we've seen this year. 37 points.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think last week was 39.5. That Browns Steelers game.
Yeah, and I know there was a 38.5. Because I almost took it and I was like, nope, not taking one over something in the 30s. I did break my rule.
I think it was the Atlanta-Carolina game.
Yes.
The first week it was that
one. This is, I think, the lowest under we've seen this year. You can see why. Jets dominated defense. Jets
No offense.
Zach Wilson, yes.
And the Patriots have a good run defense. That's what they are very good at stopping the run.
Yeah, and I see why, because the points. It's attractive to take something that's so low when you're taking an over, but this might be the only game I don't check the score on this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And we go back to making fun of Caden in these picks. How can you take an over with Zach Wilson and Mac Jones running offenses?
Yeah, because I took the under on this one. So.
Yeah. In which I have you first showing off. The next one's Carolina Seattle again. No. Well, here's two things. One, no Bryce Young, which could be benefit.
Probably no Metcalf.
Maybe no Metcalf. Yep. Squawk has him in fantasy. I was talking to him this morning. Inside source, Squawk Thompson. Metcalf is expected to play. He says that Metcalf is playing. He says that Josh, you lost your trade, that which we can discuss.
Oh yeah, the two boomer bust wide receivers.
He said that you lost the trade, but Metcalf is expected to play according to Squawk and what he's been reading up on. I don't know what news he's reading. Andy Dalton, last time he was in Seattle, different offense, totally different offense, threw for 381 yards, 2 touchdowns. Or maybe it was more. It might have been 400-something yards and 2 touchdowns. So that would give you an over. The line is the line is set at 42 points, so it's not too high, but
I like that over. I like that pick, actually.
But if Metcalf doesn't play, and if the Panthers' offense is the Panthers' offense, this game,
the Seahawks have not been able to run the ball either.
No, and you need that to happen because you have Walker.
Yeah, but he's scored touchdowns, but I think he's averaging maybe like 40 yards a game.
Now that we've talked the Seahawks offense, we've talked about Metcalf. We had a huge trade in our fantasy league. Josh traded Metcalf, Eckler, and
Gabe
Davis, and he got Tyreek Hill, Chris Godwin, and
Madison.
Pros and cons. Pros for Josh. Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Hill and Christian McCaffrey.
I was too boomer bust on wideouts.
And who's your other wideout? So for reference,
it's gonna be Godwin.
So yeah, he upgraded twice.
He's averaging 10, 12 points now. So
and you were upgraded twice, skill player wise. I mean Godwin's a little slow right now, but you get McCaffrey and Hill are gonna be 1-2 in fantasy this year. So you're getting a top 2 player. You're losing Eckler, but Eckler might be out multiple weeks.
Yep.
You're losing Metcalf, who might be out this week, and again, there's some mouths to feed in Seattle, and Seattle's offense isn't that great. Lockett,
Smith and Jigba.
Yeah, I can't say that. I don't know how to say it. Smith and Jigba.
I don't either.
Walker, Charbonnet, DJ Dallas, Noah Fant. There's a lot going on with Geno Smith throwing the ball. I don't mind that at all. You did lose. I think you lost. Obviously you lost down on running back because you got Madison, who's playing like a Najee Harris slow turd.
I hope he's getting motivated by the signing.
Cam Akers is now there.
Yep.
And then Chris Godwin. He's averaging 10, but I think he could go out. I think he scored 10 twice. I think he can go out and score 20 any week he wants to, depending on how Baker plays.
That's a big if. But Baker's playing really good. So
I
felt safe in trading Eckler for the Hill. That was kind of like I was like, okay, perfect.
And you had 2 upgrades.
That covers it.
You had 2 upgrades in wide receiver, and you're getting the best player of the trade.
Yeah. So, I wasn't too. Gabe Davis, and I sold him high, I think, because he had like 26 last game or something.
Yeah.
He has that like twice a year. That means it's very historic for him.
And we laughed last time we were on because TJ offered me Stafford, Hill, and Madison for Cook. So I downgraded running back for T. Higgins and for Josh Allen, who's a huge downgrade in quarterback. We laughed at that. Still don't think it's good. He tried to tell me that Higgins is gonna be a Mike Evans type player. He's either gonna score 30 or 0.
That's Metcalf.
That's
yeah.
Higgins.
That's both the receivers he traded for.
And here's the other thing: I will not take the Higgins slander. Higgins has been good and consistent all 3 years. Higgins, the only thing he did, he did get a 0 week 1, but how many players?
8 targets though.
How many 8 targets? How many players played good week 1? Not very many.
No team. I mean, most teams struggled to score touchdowns.
Yeah, the only teams that scored were the Chargers and Dolphins, really.
Dolphins, yeah.
And then Tyreek Hill, of course, exploded. But the Bengals last year started 0-2. Their offense looked this bad last year. Not as bad, but they looked bad last year to start. And then T. Higgins was fine the rest of the year. I don't see T. Higgins being that low. I think that James Cook is better than Gabe Davis. I think that Higgins is about a caliber of a fantasy player as Eckler, maybe just a little less. If not, we could say Josh Allen is. And then I think Higgins is a better receiver than what he got out of Metcalf. So I think that you won that trade personally, especially if Eckler stays hurt for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I felt good about it. Well, Eckler's been pretty injury prone the last couple of years too.
Yeah, you don't know when he's going to play, and now he's going through this contract dispute. So
all
right, moving on to unders.
Unders.
We talked about my favorite thing to talk about. This is probably my least favorite because I hate rooting for people not to score.
Yeah.
Josh, who did you root for not to score?
Patriots Jets. I took the smallest under, and I think 20 points wins the game, and it's 20, 15, 20, whatever. It's just not gonna be a lot of points.
Yeah, I don't think that this is going to.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was 20-14 is the end of the score of this game.
I wouldn't be surprised if the score is 6-3. Both offenses are going to struggle to move the ball. I don't want to bet a can of corn on this because 37 is a low, but I am pretty confident that this is going to hit the under. I went with Green Bay, New Orleans.
This was my other one that I almost picked. I like this under.
Yeah, and it's set at 42.5, not too high. Last week, both teams hit the under. The Packers had 24 for had 24 points in the third quarter and didn't score again. Actually, I think the Packers ended up hitting the over. Packers they were up 24-12, and then they ended up hitting the over. Yeah. I think the Saints defense is a little more stout than the Falcons was, and still no Kamara, no Aaron Jones, possibly no Aaron Jones, no running game for either side. Jair Alexander, Marshawn Lattimore.
I think Jamal is out too for the Saints.
Really? Yeah, Jamal was out. Yeah, so and I wasn't the only one. Alex went with that. And here's the thing: this is why I think it's a really good pick because Alex is really, really, really good at gambling.
He showed very good sports bettor.
Very good sports betting, and he bet against his favorite team to score points. He is a Packers fan. So I like my pick a lot. By the way, we were very, very, very diverse in these picks. Browns, Titans. Don't hate this at all.
No, I like this one too.
Yeah. I mean, Henry. I think Henry.
It's gonna be a short game.
This is Henry declining.
Yeah. It's not that first contact where he falls forward 3 yards. It's more like 1 yard now.
Yeah. Doesn't look like he's moving as fast all the time. No Nick Chubb. Deshaun Watson looks terrible. Ryan Tannehill, you don't know what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a 20 for 24 game, or you're gonna get a 16 for 34 game. You're gonna get
4 picks,
2 touchdowns, 0 picks. You're gonna get 0 touchdowns, 3 picks. You don't know what you're getting.
Yep.
So I don't hate this. I don't hate this under at all, especially against a good defense. Eagles, Bucks. I was surprised at this one.
See, now I was thinking the same thing. I almost took the over.
Yeah. The line is set. It is a
46 or 46.
It is a Monday night game too, so there's 2 Monday night games again. the Bucks have been playing stout defense. They gave up 17 in both games. The Eagles' offense has not looked great. The Bucks' offense has not looked great. But 46, the Eagles are going to score anywhere from 20 to 30 points. They're going to score 20 plus. 20 plus. Yep. If they score at that lower end of 20 plus, I could see it happening because they're going to win the game.
Yep.
If they score on the high end, you're fucked. And I think that with how good the Eagles defense is and the Bucks offense hasn't been perfect, the Bucks offense might struggle to move the ball. I think that's going to happen. I think that the Eagles are going to win this game like a 24-10, a 31-10 type game. I don't see the Bucks scoring much more than 10. Maybe.
I don't know. Their wide receivers might eat this game.
I mean, you got big play Slade's going to take one out of the game.
Yeah, that's Evans. See ya.
Yeah, so you got big play Slade. I think he plays on the right side. He's going to take the right side of the field. He plays the right side of the field.
Everyone else is hurt for the Eagles in their secondary.
Yeah, but you got that pass rush, and the Bucks O-line for the past couple of years been notorious for not being able to protect the quarterback.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see.
I like this pick. Again, I like it. I hate it. It's going to be a shootout.
Yeah, I was staying away from that on either end.
I stayed completely away from it. For the balls that these people have betting a 53-point over and under on two teams that can light up a scoreboard.
That's tough.
I mean, it's going to hit one or the other. Someone's going to be right.
Yep.
But to me, this is like flipping a coin, heads or tails.
Yeah, I was going to say coin flip for sure.
Yeah. Bobby and Caden took the Steelers.
I like this under.
I like this under a lot. It is set at 43 points. Steelers' offense is terrible. Devontae Adams looks like the only bright spot in the Raiders' offense.
Yeah, Jacobs he got that contract or whatever he did. Yeah. 1 year, he's done. He's like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's not a good sign if he keeps running the ball like this for sure too. Falcons Lions. It's in Detroit. I feel like in Detroit, points are scored. If it's in Atlanta, points are not scored.
Oh, I hate this pick.
Yeah, 46.5. They both hit the over last week. The Falcons hit the under because they played the Panthers week 1, but I think the Falcons' offense, not great.
They're going to score 25 points.
Yeah, and the Lions are putting up points.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only way I don't see this happening is a turnover game, and Jared Goff's really good at taking care of the ball.
He is. I almost texted you last week. It says Jared Goff in the MVP discussion right now.
I don't think that high because of how great Tua's playing.
True.
The bar is really high on that.
Who else is playing good?
I wouldn't be opposed to putting Jared Goff as a top 10 quarterback.
Right now, he looks great. Yeah. I hate to say it.
Right now, if we said the top 10 quarterbacks, by the end of this year, I would go Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Hurts, and not in any order. Those four, Herbert.
I'm putting Cousins up there. Dude is slinging it right now.
I like Cousins.
Not winning games, but he's playing great.
Trevor Lawrence and Tua are in there, so that's 8 quarterbacks. And then I think that Jared Goff fits right there, like right in there.
Yeah, you put
I'm looking through the teams real quick. Goff and Purdy. I think Daniel Jones is on the outside of that list, barely. Aaron Rodgers would be in that list, that top 10 if he was healthy. I'm not seeing another quarterback. Dak would be just around in that top 10, somewhere in that top 10. Stafford somewhere in that around that top 10. So
yeah, I think the last 4 are pretty interchangeable.
Right. The top 13 quarterbacks were just named in that list.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Dolphins, I've never... The
47.5? Okay.
The Broncos just put up 33 on a Washington defense, who I think is better than Dolphins defense.
Yeah, those are 2 teams I stay away from: Vikings and Broncos. I don't pick them for anything.
And the pick an under on the Dolphins game. The Dolphins put up 30 what, 32-33 the first game. I think they won by 1 point.
Oh, yeah, they won by 2. It was like 35-33, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Broncos just put up 33 last week. Yes, both defenses are good, but the Broncos defense struggled against
Can't
Sam
be
Howell.
that good.
Sam Howell, yeah. They did shut down Derek Carr a little bit, but again, that's week 1 where everybody was low scoring. So, I think this and the Lions were my 2 least favorites of this. Minus, I mean, obviously the Chargers too, because you don't know what you're getting in that game.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So,
could be anything.
But the last 3 are my least favorites: Nick, Squog, and Garrett.
Yeah, always Squog.
Yeah. But hey, let's give a shout out to Caden right now, because this is the first time I think I've said, Caden, I really like your pick.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah,
I do too. I like that a lot.
Caden's pick would have been my under if I didn't take the Steelers as my spread. I went Steelers spread plus 2.5. So I think the Steelers win. I think that who did I take? And I think the Titans win. So I could have interchanged. The only reason why I took the 2.5 is because I can't push on which probably should have been backwards, because I could have pushed and taken a tie instead of a loss. But I like the 2.5. Josh likes the 2.5. Squawg likes the 2.5. We all like the 2.5 on the Steelers. I think that was a pretty easy pick. Again, that defense is good. Kenny Pickett's got to bounce back, and that offense has got to move the ball, or someone's going to get fired here soon. Someone's going to lose a job here soon. Yeah, and it could be the OC. It could be the quarterback losing his job.
It's not going to be Tomlin, but it's going to be somebody.
My least... Oh, this hit.
Yeah, this hit.
Okay, sorry. That's why I had it first.
It was my least favorite pick going into it, but it
was,
hit.
yeah, because we see the picks beforehand. Garrett with a -10 spread hitting. 10 points is a lot of points, and it looked like for a while it was going to be very, very low scoring. I thought that the 49ers were going to keep it interesting, or the Giants were going to keep it interesting whenever it was 4th and 1 on like the 49-yard line. You have McCaffrey, you have Debo, you have Juszczyk, Kittle, Trent Williams, and you punt the ball. And you punt the ball away.
Bizarre.
Yeah.
Oh, they won, so you can't blame them.
They won. And
Shanahan got a big contract, so.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's the one that gets paid to do this stuff. I'm running the ball up the gut with McCaffrey.
Just lean forward.
Yeah. Bills spread. Bills, I think, are 5.5 favorites of wins since Wednesday.
I like that.
6.5. So Bills got to win by a touchdown. They're playing in Washington. Here's a little bit of betting advice. I don't have my bets yet. Squawg, his sister just had a baby. He puts my bets in for me. Don't tell. And because I live in Florida and Hard Rock's not up yet, so sports gambling's starting. I'm not technically. It's technically legal in Florida now. Just no sportsbook is compatible yet.
Oh, you love to see that.
Yes, the Bills 7-point favorites. One thing you need to bet on is Stephon Diggs coming home. The last 2 times he's been here, he's had, I want to say it was 12 that I heard, maybe a little more. 12 catches for like 270 yards and 2 touchdowns. I'm betting
5 catches.
And I'm betting a baby Cook, Jimbo Cook Jr., James Cook. He had a baby. I'm gonna take that baby touchdown too. That's gonna be, those both are gonna be in my parlay. But bet Diggs having a big game. Bet Cook touchdown. I like the Bills winning 6.5 on the road against a 2-0 team that just put up 35 points and on a Denver defense who has been very good in keeping Broncos in games. 7-point favorites is a lot.
I think they win by a touchdown.
Yeah.
At least.
I mean, don't hate it. Also, it's just I think there's better spreads out there.
True.
Eagles. This one was the 6.5 or 5.5. This one was 5.5.
5.5.
Yep. Eagles. Are they in Tampa or are they in Philly? They're
it's in Tampa.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Josh, fly on down. Let's go to it.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah. Eagles. They are 5.5 favorites. I mean, I can see them. I like this one better than the Bills. Yeah.
I mean,
not
much to say. I think the Eagles are going to win by at least a touchdown.
I just think the Eagles are a better all-around team. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The Eagles' defense is not very good.
Yeah. Only reason why I stayed away from the Bengals as the spread here, I started them as my spread, moved them to my over. If Burrow is hurt, I don't think they win this game. If Burrow doesn't play, or if Burrow gets hurt in the course of the game. The reason why I took the over is all you got to do is lob a ball up to Jamar Chase, get him one-on-one on the outside, lob one up to those two, and points can happen.
Yep.
But I couldn't take the favorites in case of Burrow. And the problem is it's a Monday night game. If he gets ruled out, he's not going to get ruled to Monday. And Bobby, he'd have to switch to the Eagles and Tampa. And I don't remember who he took as his over-unders off the top of my head. But he won't be able to switch this on a Monday night if Burrow is hurt. So he's going to have to roll with Jake Browning. Bobby, let's see. Bobby.
He could.
Yeah, he
switch
could.
It just to the other. Yeah.
He could switch it, so he didn't take anybody. So he does have the opportunity to switch if Burrow gets hurt. We give that opportunity if Burrow gets ruled out. So stay tuned for that. But right now, Bobby 2.5. Caden was also with the Eagles.
I like that one.
Yeah, don't mind it. And then Nick just did what we did with the underdogs. He just took them as a spread.
Yeah.
Yep. So
don't mind it either.
Don't mind that at all. I think that we have very solid picks. I think also I talked to Nick. This was the hardest. This was the hardest week I think out of the 3 weeks so far.
Really?
I do think that it was a very, very difficult week just because of injuries, because of I'm trying to zoom in on it. I think I gotta go here. It was.
I felt this one was easier than last week. The 100%.
Yeah, well, I can see too, because of week 1 scoring.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just thought it was hard. Like, I mean, the favorites were the easiest favorites you could take.
Yep.
The upsets, like, I had Chargers. I had to erase Chargers. I had them in my over. I had to erase that because of Eckler and all that. Kenny Pickett looks bad, but like the Steelers, I had to put them in my spread. That was hard. That was a hard spread to take. The Titans, I think, was an easier pick, but like I didn't know where to take them in my spread or my upset. The over, I was not fully confident on every single over. I just took this because both offenses. If I didn't make it my get right game because Burrow is hurt. If he's not 100%. So I didn't want to make them my get right, but like I think points could be scored, but if Burrow's it's just there was a lot of variables this week. And then you see all the injuries going down. That's what made it such a tough week for me. I think I spent an hour looking at my picks of total time.
Oh.
At different parts of the day, but an hour total.
I sit down, I write them, look at them, and go, okay, cool. This is what we're going with. Go with the gut. First instinct, I take it.
And you're 9-1, and your strategy might work better than mine, and trying to fadiddle-padaddle. But I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
So before we get off, I got to talk parlays with you. I haven't made my parlay this week, but I want to talk why I lost my last 2 parlays. My last parlay, Josh. My Sunday parlay last week.
Yep.
I had Chargers spread. They had the game won. They lost it. They lost it in overtime. They had a chance in overtime. They lost it. I had San Francisco spread easy, 4.5. It was an alternate spread. I had the over points Seahawks Lions easy. I had Bills spread easy. Bart anytime touchdown easy. Dolphins money line easy. But the 2 things that I lost on, the Chargers blow in that game against the Titans, and I will say they blew that game. And Kansas
100%.
City and Jacksonville laying total ducks.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, they
um,
did.
so I am kind of upset with my last week just because of those two, because I put together such a good parlay. Like, I mean, I think half the world had the over in the Kansas City Jaguars game, and I want to say after week one, half the world had the Chargers beating Tennessee by 2.5. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
parlay that I lost on, which was even more sad. This was um, Thursday night football, and I'll tell you why it's sad.
Oh, this yesterday or 2
Yesterday,
days ago.
2 days ago, yeah. I had, um, I had McCaffrey 60 rushing yards. He had that in like almost halftime.
Yeah, had like 2 rushes.
Debo and Kittle 25 yards each. That's all I asked for. They got it.
Easy.
Easy, easy. Purdy 2 touchdowns. Easy. Purdy's a
Yep.
machine. The spread. I had the spread. I had
Cover.
I had it alternate spread though. I had 6.5, so I gave him a touchdown and more. What lost me the parlay was Daniel Jones rushing 25 yards.
How many get? 22?
No, he had 5. But he had one called back for an illegal formation. That was about a 12-yarder. He had another about a 10-yarder called back for holding.
That hurts.
And then he had wide open grass one time that he was about to take off, but then just like right at the line, just flipped one over to his running back. Like it was just like 5 yards ahead of him, just gave it to his running back instead. So
painful.
It is painful. I'm losing parlays, but I'm losing them good. I think that they were good bets.
They're good losses.
They're good losses. Like I'm not disappointed, but it's just also it hurts because you know those parlays are so good.
It's true.
Yeah, so
it's very true.
Did you make a parlay yet for?
I probably will.
Yeah.
Let me take a look here. I might. We'll see. Let me. If anything, I'll take Jags money line for sure. That would be one.
That was my pick 'em in my Survivor League too. In my get right game of the week.
I'd probably go Dolphins minus 6.5, and then with Jags money line, and I'll take the Titans and.
Titans is gonna be the breadwinner on that one. It's gonna raise your odds.
Yeah, I'll take that with the Steelers.
Okay.
That would probably be mine.
Yeah.
So.
And
Jags money line, Dolphins minus 6.5.
I would take the spread.
Titans, Steelers.
Take the spread on the Titans Steelers because you give them a chance to lose by, a point, the 3 points max. So, just a little betting advice there.
It's better odds on the money line though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they're favored at 3.5.
Who's favored?
Well, they're plus 3.5, but it's a minus 120.
Oh, okay. If I go off the top of my head, if I'm just going to look right now, I take a lot of alternate spreads and alternate points. This isn't probably going to be exactly to what I'm doing, but I'm going to do something very similar. I'm going to take the Titans, but I'm going to give them some points just because if they're 120 odds at 3.5, they're going to be like 210 odds at 6.5 or 250 max. So I'll take them at 6.5. I will probably take an alternate over, which the over in the Chargers game went up to 54 points and a half, by the way.
Yeah.
They added a point. I'll probably take an alternate over, and I'll probably make it down to like 46 and a half. Something.
40. Okay.
Something like that. I will take oh my God, the Patriots went down. 36.5.
There we go. I love my under more.
I will probably take an alternate under. Give them like 5 more points.
Yep.
Buffalo, I'm gonna do a 3. I'm probably gonna 260 money line for Buffalo. I don't hate that, so I'll take a 260 money line because I'm doing a big one. This is my crazy one I'm giving you. And then
You're doing a big.
Yes, I do. So what I do is a 20 leg parlay for my big one, but my safer bet is only like a 7 leg. But these are just some things you might want to take if you're looking at a parlay for yourself. I'm taking Bills money line, Diggs over yards, James Cook to score a touchdown.
Okay, I like it.
And that's what's gonna make my parlay crazy. I'm gonna take Jags. I'm probably gonna take them minus 2.5. They're minus 8.5. I'm just gonna lower that down because again, this is so big. The odds are gonna get crazy. I'm gonna take Ravens. I'm gonna do the same thing. They're 8.5. I'll take them down to 2.5. Just get a 3-point win. Lions money line. Nope, I'm gonna do an alternate over. I'll go down to like 40. Saints Packers. I might take the Saints money line in this one.
Yeah, I like that. I like it.
Dolphins money line at 270. I'll take that for that. Unless like 3.5 is different.
Yep.
I'll probably take a 9-point spread in the Chiefs game.
Yeah, I think that's
9.5. I will take. I think I'll take minus like 2.5 on Seattle. Just a 3-point win with Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Here's something crazy. I don't think that 12.5 is I think that's too big of a spread for the Cardinals. The way they've been playing.
What's the spread on it?
12.5 against the Cowboys.
Oh.
It's so hard to bet against the Cowboys.
12.5. That is so many.
But with that being said, I'll probably take.
You'll win by 2 touchdowns.
I'll probably take CD over yards, and just stay away from the spread there. Steelers, I think I'm gonna just hire them up to 6.5. They can't lose by a touchdown.
Yep, that's fair.
Bucks, Eagles, I'll probably take a 1.5 spread on the Eagles. They just gotta win. It's not gonna make the odds crazy. And Bengals, Rams, I'll probably take alternate over on points there, just to lower the points. And those odds right there, just betting those odds right there is gonna make this parlay like $10 for $20,000, and that's all I'll do on that. And then my safe bet will be like a $25 bet with. I don't bet much money when I bet, guys, but those are just some things I'm looking at off the top of my head, looking at it, and I will build it out and send the squad later. But that's all we got for you guys. It's college football's on. We're 20 minutes into it. Thank you for sticking around. We have a couple people who stuck around, according to Streamlabs. So thank you guys. We're hoping to build the TikTok up and get us going live on both.
Just gotta keep it going.
So we're gonna keep up the momentum. Send us out to your friends, like and follow, subscribe.